Well, there are a lot of folks that have used the simple path to wealth to provide themselves some freedom, and there are a lot of folks in this community that continue to want to own their time
Right.
and want to start their own kind of business as a solopreneur, maybe a digital solopreneur. You talk about FU money a lot in your content. Can you talk how that might help people with this process?
Yeah, I think most commonly, FU money is seen as the same thing as being financially independent. So, with that caveat, I see it slightly differently. I've always thought of FU money as the interim step between when you start and when you become fully financially independent, right? So, financial independence is not a light switch; it's a journey. So the moment you start that journey, the moment you start saving and investing, you become a little more financially strong, kind of like going to the gym. The moment you start, you become a little stronger. And then over time, as you continue to stay the course, you become stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger until ultimately you get to that point where you're fully financially independent. But that interim is when you have FU money. And FU money allows you to make much bolder choices in your life. It allows you, for instance, to say, you know what? I don't necessarily have enough to stop working forever, but I probably have enough to stop my day job and try the business idea that I've been noodling around and I think has some potential. And the FU money is what gives you the runway to do that. And of course, if you succeed, then great. If you don't succeed, you can go back to a W-2 employment and pick up again, right? So FU money is power, uh, power and freedom to make bolder choices than anybody living paycheck to paycheck can ever make.
I love that. Now, are there any other ways that you think the simple path to wealth aligns with this path of owning your own business or digital solopreneurship?
Well, I think it aligns with it in the sense that it provides the resources to do that, right? To, again, once you don't have to wait till you're financially independent, but it will help you build that FU money that you can rely on while you're trying to get the business up and off the ground. The whole idea behind the simple path to wealth is there's a lot of things you can spend your money on. And to me, the most important thing has always been my freedom. The freedom to work where I want to work, as long as I want to work, for whom I want to work, or not at all. The freedom to make bolder choices in my life. And I can't imagine anything money can buy that is more important to that. So when people resist this idea, it's usually, oh man, that sounds like deprivation. I don't get to spend all the money I make. I got to save and invest some of it. And to me, that's just the wrong way of thinking. If you're not, you are spending it. You're just buying something that most people never realize is possible to buy, and that's your freedom. Again, to me, I can't imagine anything I'd rather spend my money on. But that's me. Other people listening might say, no, I'd rather have the fancy house or the fancier car or whatever. So, you do you. But if you want to be financially independent, this is how you get there. And if you want to start a company at some point and you want that runway to give yourself some breathing room for it, this is the way you get there.
Absolutely.